Hello, hello, hello. Decided to go live. Just specifically about, going and making bigger pieces, whether you're doing painting, whether you're doing sculpting, whether you're making metal pieces, whether it's clay, sand, wood, doesn't really matter. The point is, going big is not a destination. It's a journey that you go on, and more importantly, it's a choice that you have to make again and again and again. So, for example, this is one of our first pieces when we first got started. Just an unfinished motorcycle, very very small, relatively cool, and we just really enjoyed making pieces like that because when we first got started, we liked cars, like motorcycles, and we could just see those inside of all the different things that we would be making and all the different like metal pipes lines that we'd be making. We don't have any more, but we had like dragonflies. We made like snakes. Just take like nails and screws and just start bending them, putting them wherever way we could, right? And yeah, those are our beginnings. Those are where a lot of people who are watching this video might be at right now. But there comes a place when you need to start evolving. Same thing with the painters. Like I used to used to do. This is one of my first creations when it came to me trying to like and draw and use like marker and colors to start learning how to do things as well. Now, excuse me. Next thing you start, kind of getting into more fancy pieces with the metal, and you start being able to start bending it a little bit more. And it was just kind of a cool project to do as well. This is one of my favorite pieces. We were just experimenting with the colors and trying a bunch of things like that. Now, let's go down and let's talk about what does the journey go to next. So, next thing that happened, let's see, is our phase when we first started going. We started, talking with more people, trying to sell more of our art. We started going more into like the public eye, and we started making pieces like this. They were like butterflies on a stick, or um, like little crowns, or like horse cutouts that we'd be selling. And it was a really great and fun time period. But we would sometimes go to shows, and like we would have a moderately good show, sell $2,000 on a weekend. Sometimes you'd sell a couple hundred. And that's when we started seeing the potential of actually doing this thing, when we got our marketing process right, when we started talking to the right people, when we started really treating this business or this art as a business, and actually thought we could make a full-time career doing it. Now, after we started doing that, we started evolving a little bit more. So we started going more into 3D type images and 3D type piece of metal, like this baby. Can't always see it. It's kind of dark over here. Let me turn on another light. And we got to what was known as like being a fine artist, right? So this was another interim step into the fine arts. This is one that I really really like, and even some simple ones. Now, as you might see, is we have a bunch of those flowers and different kinds of crafts, or more scrap metal in the corner. And the reason why isn't because like it's trash or anything. It's just we made the choice not to pursue it. Just a choice not to pursue it. Sorry about all the lights, guys. I'm trying to illuminate the space and make sure you guys can see it as well. It's a choice that you make. Now, our first big piece. This is one of our first big pieces. It's about 5 feet tall. Not very heavy. It's not light, but it's not heavy. And that was one of the first pieces. And it was so scary because it's like, well, what if we make a piece and we never sell it? Oh my gosh, it was so scary at the time. Actually, what happened was we decided not even to sell this because we tried to get it powder coated, but there was a certain parts that the powder coating company didn't get. So we just decided, Let's just take it to some of the shows. Let's get some orders placed, and then we just make a new version of it every single time somebody buys it. So it's almost like our show slash display piece, and then we just sell a pretty good amount of those. Now, ooh, you can't see me. So that's kind of where it goes, guys. Like when you're either doing bigger pieces or when you're trying to really just change your brand and you're trying to really go big with the art. Like even with these posters or these paintings that I make, a lot of people think I only do metal art. No, I do like to paint as well. I like doing things that are artistic. It's just the metal is the place where we make the majority of our money. Now, let me see. So this is more of our workshop where the madness goes down. So a lot of people think that, you need all this equipment in order to, make a great amount of money. And that really dissuades a lot of people from getting started, especially in the metal game, with making bigger pieces, because they think that, you buy these sheets of metal and you don't know if you can ever make a piece this big. And if you make a piece this big, can you actually sell it for that amount of money? The answer to all that is yes. Now, I mean, look at this, for example. We're making just a giant square. It's just a giant square. That's it. And we're going to sell this thing for like $5,000. And some people are saying, like, what if their pieces are not up to par? What if they can't actually get someone to want to spend that much money? Like, literally, guys, we make giant squares. People think that when you're building these big pieces, you have to be extremely complicated, complex. It has to be perfect or else no one's going to buy it. What we found is that whenever we make a piece that is extremely complicated, it's harder to sell than when we make a piece that's extremely basic, but just bigger. A lot of those pieces down that I was showing you with like the first 3D, like with the blue and the yellow, and the reason why like we still have those down there is because those don't sell as fast as our simple, big pieces. So actually by playing small, you actually limit your ability to go and make money in this game. So you really have to just start making this choice, and it's a continuous choice that no matter what happens, like you just want to go and go big. You're gonna make this thing into a business. I was speaking to someone, actually a couple people, and they're saying, Bryce, I'm afraid to take this thing seriously because I don't know if it's gonna make any money. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It's not gonna make any money unless you take it seriously. So if you're waiting for it's like, I have to make money before I take it seriously, it won't. You have to take it seriously, then it makes money. And also, guys, you got to know how much like inventory you have on hand. In order to know if you can actually make money selling bigger pieces is if you know exactly how much money you have on hand in your current inventory. If you're contemplating going bigger, right? But you have 20, 30 pieces that are really small and you don't even know how much money in inventory you have, it's going to be really hard for you to make that transition. You have to start thinking about your numbers, thinking if I was to sell all of my either sculptures or all of my different things in my inventory on hand, how much money would I make? That is going to allow you to be able to make better predictions. It's going to allow you to be able to buy more metals or more supplies. It's going to be able to allow you to know which shows are better, where to go online is better, what networking events to go to. Everything is different when you start knowing your numbers. But to get back to, that was off topic, to get back to the topic of this video, going big is not a destination. You don't just like think of all of it in your mind, then you get 5, 6, 7 different big pieces, and then you're magically like, just gonna do it. No, you have to start moving forward now with the bigger pieces before you feel like you're ready, before you feel like your skills are up to par, in order to start becoming an artist that sells bigger pieces, whether it's paintings like this, whether it's sculpting. You just got to make that decision. That's it. And it's scary. You're not going to know if you're going to make any money. But you really have to ask yourself and decide, like, do you want to do this art, or do you want to continue it just on the side? But it's one of those things. You don't have to like quit your day job to make the art like a full-time thing, but you should probably like maybe have plans of how much money you want to make if you actually went serious with the art. Is that 30,000, 50,000, 60, 100, 200? What is that number for you? And that's all it really is, guys. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day.